It's okay, I guess. Okay, no, it's great. It's great. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. DC finally made a Wonder Woman movie. They've been trying to do that literally my whole life because they started in 1996. They didn't have any success until now, which is really funny because DC is probably at like its lowest point with movies right now. I mean, before Wonder Woman, of course, with Suicide Squad and Batman vs Superman. I guess you could argue Batman and Robin was worse, but
Why did you say that name?
that was only one movie, and we just listed two movies. So,
You forgot Man of Steel.
Man of Steel was good, but that's a different video.
Not really.
I thought it was okay. It's not the best. Anyways, that's two reviews in one. So Wonder Woman, it's good. It's probably a little overhyped. There's nothing really in this movie that's new to superhero movies, with the exception of a female superhero. But I really enjoyed the movie. It's probably my favorite movie I've seen all year.
Yeah, definitely for me. I'm just kind of getting like tired of Marvel movies. This one was kind of new. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's, the DC tone, but in a movie that's actually passable.
Yeah, because I mean, Marvel has kind of set themselves in a situation where they're so far into the universe that everything they make has to tie into like 5 different things. And for the most part, they're doing a pretty good job, but it's nice to see just a superhero movie that's just standalone, doesn't really tie into anything.
Sort of standalone.
Yeah, sort of standalone. But it was just a really nice refresher. They really captured what makes superhero movies great in this film. And it's a lot of fun. So now we're going to talk spoilers.
Yep.
So let's start out with talking about what we didn't like.
You're going to have to go first.
Yeah, I'm going to say the weakest part of this movie is the third act. It's
Yeah.
kind of like after they take out all the Germans inside the town, and then they have the meeting, and like you're expecting that to be kind of the finale, where they go to that castle and she shows up with the sword and stuff, but that whole sequence just kind of seemed unnecessary, I think. I've seen the movie twice so far, and it's just kind of like, I don't know, it just doesn't flow with the movie. And then the third act, the final battle, I should say, is one, it's very similar to Captain America, the first Captain America, and then it's just kind of comes down to a huge punch up. So I mean, the finale just, it's not bad, but it's the weakest part.
Yeah. I mean, I also thought that the final battle was kind of, it could have been better. I don't really know how, which is the weird thing, but yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah. The other thing is that when she's fighting General Ludenberg, it's just kind of weird because you just see this girl beating up this old man, and I get that he has super strength, but even she's still beating up an old man, so it just kind of looked weird. I mean, I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I mean, that's what happens. And then Ares' plan was kind of stupid, in my opinion. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought it was really dumb, but then when I rewatched it, I kind of noticed more that, like, his plan is just like Darth Vader from Empire Strikes Back. He's like, join me, we can kill the humans together. And it's just, it wasn't a great plan. The fact that he's like helping Wonder Woman the whole movie and stuff, it's just, Ares was kind of weak. And I didn't actually expect Ares to be in the movie. I mean, there's the huge plot twist where it turns out to be Professor Lupin.
Yeah.
And you can clearly tell the only reason why it's him is just to be a surprise. I mean, you can't get any hints from that. I mean, where it turns out that the God Killer is Diana. I mean, if you watch the movie, they're like make a lot of hints that she is the God Killer, even though technically the God Killer is Deathstroke's sword. So she was using Deathstroke's sword the whole movie, comic books. But the whole thing about him being Ares, it was kind of put in there. I just feel like after it felt like Iron Man 3 where it turned out the Mandarin was fake. It was just kind of like, surprise! There's no evidence, it's just boom, plot twist. So, I think those are the weakest parts of the film. There's a lot of people that have been complaining about the whole like feminist side of this, and I didn't think it was very feminist. I mean, there was one line I didn't really like where she was like, it turns out you don't really need men to be happy. And I'm like, I could argue both ways on that one. And then one thing I didn't notice, but when I was watching it, I was like, man, every scene in this is just a scene from another superhero movie. I mean, the scene when they're in the alleyway is like directly taken from the old Superman movie. You have the scene where she's Spider-Maning up the wall. And then I realized, well, that was on purpose. They're saying that a female can do all the things that those male superheroes do. So part of me thinks that's really creative and clever. And the other part of me thinks that's just lazy. So they just took scenes from other superhero movies. But let's talk about the good parts now.
Okay.
So, what was your favorite part of the movie? Besides all the slow-mo.
I don't know. I really liked tying World War II, or no, not World War II, World War One into it. Like, I don't know. It made me really want to play Battlefield 1.
Yeah, it was really nice because I feel like World War One is very minimalized in television.
Yeah.
I think part of that could be because most of the movies we watch is from America, and America didn't do a whole lot in World War One, according to my 8th grade textbook. And then the fact that we just put so much into World War Two, and in the comics, this stuff all took place in World War Two, but they didn't want to be too much like Captain America, so they made it World War One, and I like that a lot because World War One was an interesting time.
Yeah, I'm actually going back to the similarities to Captain America. One of the things I really liked was like the team that she was with. A lot of I'm gonna say this right now. They were a lot like really really close to being like the Howling Commandos from Captain America.
It
But
does copy a lot from other movies, but it's better than a lot of those. Like we were talking about Captain America, I'd say this movie's better than the first Captain America. I mean, it's better than a lot of the Spider-Man movies.
not too difficult.
Don't you know? I will let go.
Yeah, not too difficult there, but so those army dudes are really fun. I like them too.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part of this movie is in the second act when they're at the trenches and stuff, and Chris Pine is all like, "Oh, Diana, you just have to accept that people die in war. It's part of war." And I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be the part where it kind of comes out that like she just has to accept that people die because even though she's a warrior, she's never been in any battle." And then she was just like, "Nope," and she just got up and started beating everybody up. And what makes that so great is that's what superheroes are about, in my personal opinion. I mean, everyone knows that Batman is like everybody's favorite superhero, and I think the reason why is because Batman goes and fights criminals that we hate. He goes and beats up car thieves and stuff, and that's what we like when we see superhero movies: is watching the superhero do something that we want to do, but none of us can. And like you're kind of saying with the Marvel movies kind of lose that a bit, especially in the newer ones where they're fighting like and like Doctor Strange when they're fighting wizards and stuff. You know, I don't have a huge desire to see all the wizards get killed, but scenes like in the first Iron Man movie when Iron Man just flies over and blows up all the terrorists, that scene was awesome because we're seeing people that we don't like getting destroyed by just an ordinary guy. And that's really what makes this movie good, is that it captures the superhero genre. So, Wonder Woman, it's good. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you've seen it once, you might as well watch it twice. And that's all we have to say, right?
Yep.